Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers convention exclusive kind of thing. How do I say this? Well, anyway, Armada Nemesis Prime with the Star Saber. Or the Air Defense Minicon team, if you want to call it that. You can see them there in front of the box. We'll go ahead and put them outside real quick and take a look at said box. It is a special box, which, yeah, that's one of those things like, how do I classify this thing? Because it's not Armada, it's not Age of the Primes, it's its own special thing. But anyway, you see a big old special box with the wraparound window thing. You got the Transformers logo, Armada Nemesis Prime right there, and the Air Defense Minicon team's name, 8+ Hasbro right there. Up top you have Takara Tomy right there. On the, especially up top, you have the Transformers logo and a little hole right there, and the Decepticon symbol and some wiring stuff. On this side you have, I guess, Nemesis Prime wielding the Star Saber, which, you know, there's a lot of anguish about that. On this side you have, hey look, there's the Minicon team right there in their separate modes. On the bottom here you have some warnings and copyrights and warnings, product information, what's included inside the box. And of course on the back you have some product shots and more manufacturing details and hey look, authentic and hey all that stuff right there. It was supposed to be a PostCon exclusive, but they canceled PostCon, so hey. Then they just said, oh yeah, here it is at New York Comic Con. Anyway, there's also, of course, instructions, which includes instructions for Nemesis Prime and all three of the Minicons, which are Runway, Jetstorm, and Sonar, which I never actually bothered to learn their names before, because like they're just the Minicons that want to form Star Saber, and I don't really care enough to learn that stuff. So, Armada Nemesis Prime and the Star Saber guy. I'm going to go ahead and put the Star Saber off to the side for now. This is how they're packaged, by the way. That's how I'm doing it. But yeah, that's literally how they're packaged, with him holding it like that, and a pain in the butt to get it out of the box, somewhat. Because of, regardless, yeah, this is Armada Nemesis Prime. So if you don't know, yeah, Nemesis Prime showed up in Armada. This was also the first time we got the name Nemesis Prime as a kind of a weird entity of Unicron thing. I don't remember the exact specifics because I didn't really watch Armada, but yeah, basically some sort of Unicron thing. Didn't really, yeah, he didn't talk or anything. He just, well, yelled and screamed and attacked and just pure rage. Anyway, he wasn't quite. Well, he wasn't the usual, what we know as Nemesis Prime later, is one of the black colors. He was kind of this, well, you can see, this kind of more bluish color. Still looks like a very nice shade of blue, though. And also, there's a very important scene where apparently, oh no, he got all damaged and stuff, then there's a show, oh wait, no, you can't really kill him. And there's, you see, that's the thing, is like his face is all messed up. I'm not sure it comes off, but yeah, it's hard to see because it's kind of mostly because it's really dark blue plastic, but you can see his face is all messed up. You know, all the wires and stuff, although supposedly it's supposed to be splashes of silver because, yeah, it's one of those things where, yeah, the frame that we see most commonly is probably the one that has a coloring error. But yeah, you also see one eye is kind of damaged and everything. You got the red eyes, you got the teal right there, you got some teal right here. That's some red on here on the silver. You got some more teal and basically teals and blue. Basically teals and dark blues all the way throughout. And of course, he's got the red windows right there. You can see that. No badge whatsoever because he's, well, they marked Decepticon on the box, but he really wasn't that either because he was kind of weak people in Attack of the Decepticons too. So hey. Also mine definitely has some differences from my Armada Optimus, Legacy Optimus, in regards to joint tolerances and whatnot. Like some of them are definitely tighter, like these shoulder joints are tighter, some of these joints are a little bit tighter. These come together a little bit better, the legs do for you know, alt mode and stuff. You can see like this is not splitting like on my but this is really loose right here. Although you can see right there, hey look, there's a little matrix which you can pull out. You can pull that out. Oh, it's a bit of a pain. Yeah, you can pull the matrix out here, and hey look, you see it's pretty much this gold little red jewel in it. Oh yeah, you can see right there, it's just red on the backside. That just plugs in there. It's also a little bit of a, hey look, there's a little I guess spark thing right there, chamber thing right there as well. If you look, fold that all down, which is pretty cool. Oh, again, not picked out any sort of paint. Gonna put that back for now. Yeah, so this unfortunately seems to be the tab is just doesn't hold it particularly secure on mine, so that's a bit of a problem. But yeah, other than that though, he's actually really good looking. That's my biggest complaint, just simply this thing doesn't really tab in very well. That's a little bit disappointing. But yeah, other than that, he's actually pretty solid as a figure, and of course his posability is the same as Armada Optimus. You got left and right, you got up and down, you got little waggle right there because it's all ball joint. You got, of course, shoulders to do a full 360 there. You got outward right there, and of course you can use that joint as the transformation joint as well to get a little bit more right there. You do have, of course, biceps over right there. You got a double jointed elbow right there. You can go curl up that much if you like. No waist though, because of how he transforms. There's just nowhere to put a waist without doing some shenanigans like Fans Hobby did. Hips though, you got ratcheted forward like that. Back, you get this plate out of the way. You got back that far essentially. Outward, you do have, of course, getting those out of the way. You got pretty much that far. There, you do have a thigh swivel. You got knees, which bend 90 degrees on a ratchet. And down here at the feet, you do have ankle tilts, which are about 90 degrees. And the toe here can go up and down if it doesn't unseat itself. Yeah, the toe can go up and down a bit as well. So, I guess technically you could also do the thing if you unplug that, you can bring the foot forward a bit, but then you're kind of, hey, look, there's a hand. Yeah. So yeah, that's Nemesis Prime's robot mode overall. Looks really good. Poses pretty well. Of course, he comes with a couple accessories, including, hey, look, his, well, I say a couple accessories because I'm thinking of the Star Saber's one. But yeah, he comes with the cannon, just all done in black plastic right there. You can hold that just fine, either hand. And of course, there's also the thing, which I don't even I'm sure I mentioned it with the Armada Optimus. But yeah, you can take the little arm cannons and plug them into the side of this guy right here, of his rifle. You can do that if you want, and look, now he's got a gun with more gun bits on it. And of course, the gun being in post legacy release has all these are blast effect compatible in some way, every single one of these bits. So there's that. Now for the other part of the equation, of course, which is this is how they're packaged. This is the Star Saber, the Air Defense Minicon team. And yeah, it looks like Star Saber. Unfortunately, I do not have an original Armada Star Saber, but from the pictures I've seen, it's pretty close. There's definitely some differences, just because, standards have changed a bit, including Minicon's posability. But overall, it's not a bad looking sword. I mean, it's kind of a weird, it's more of a club, if anything, but, it's a sword shape. And it's actually pretty solid. These are mine. Some people have complained about this part right here. These two not totally joining together nicely. And there's some other things I'll have to talk about with these Minicons, and for sure, but I'll talk about them when they pop up. But yeah, I think overall they come together pretty solidly, and I do think it's pretty solid. Of course, yeah, there's a peg right there, which of course is going to go in the hand, either hand. Again, something's weird about his hands, because I think there's like a little bit of like excess plastic or something there, because everything's real tight. But the problem is, of course, this is 3 Minicons, which, yeah, it's cool. He holds it just tight, but yeah, now you can see he's leaning pretty bad, mostly because the bit of play in his ratchets. So what happens is he leans really bad, because he's holding up 3 robots in a hand. So I have to basically click it back once, and then if you click it back once and do some chicanery with the poses, you can kind of get away with it. But yeah, the problem is, just simply the sheer amount of weight on that sword causes him to lean forward pretty bad. Still, it's kind of cool that that's a thing you can do right here. Right, so I guess I'm getting into some measurement detail stuff right here. Armada Nemesis here. Height-wise, he is about 6 3/8 inches or 16.2 centimeters tall to the head. Of course, to the shoulders and everything, it's a little bit more, but yeah, that's to the head. And he weighs about 7.9 ounces or 228 grams in weight. That's his weight. And the Star Saber, the whole total weight of these guys is about, what was it? About 28 grams total for the 3 of them. So yeah, I didn't do any other measurements for the combined thing. I'll get into the individual measurements when I get to that. But yeah. I don't want to do this next part. I guess one real quick comparison, actually. One quick one. I don't have the original Star Saber, Armada Star Saber, but I do have the one that came with Legacy Armada Starscream, which, is designed, you can see it looks kind of like, the jets all kind of mushed together, and, well, yeah, you can see it's one of those things where, hey, scale is a weird thing. Scale's weird. Right? So, yeah, there's that. I want to show that off real quick, but I guess some quick comparisons. Yeah, we'll do some quick robot mode comparisons. Of course, here is Armada. Legacy Armada Optimus. Give you an idea. This is actually a wholly new head sculpt. I thought for sure they might, but yeah, unfortunately, I kind of wish they kind of, considering the price too, they included the separate head just so you know, you could make it more look normal too, but Yeah, there's definitely a couple extra paint apps here and there, like he's got black striping, he doesn't, but he's got these little teal bits right here that he doesn't, so, you know, it's kind of a pick and mix and match type of thing. He's also got these extra blue stripes that he doesn't have. But yeah, you can see them there next to each other, looking pretty good overall. Just gonna bring that down a little bit. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Here's Armada, Legacy Armada Megatron. That, which by the way, Star Saber wielding. Yeah, it's a familiar pair. So there you go. He is just fine holding him because he's bigger. But yeah, you can see he holds him just fine. So if you want to, you know, do that. And by the way, I almost forgot. I guess he's gonna have this. This guy's gonna have pretty much the exact same issue that Nemesis Prime does. Wow, I'm just doing great right now. He's gonna have the exact same issue, which is he's gonna lean forward a lot. But you know, he can do it too. And you know, some people will argue that that's more deserving. But yeah, there you go. I guess because, well, you attack them. I don't have the regular yellow hot shot anymore, but there's hot shot right there. Because, you know, that's one of the first guys he attacked when he first showed up. Here's a red alert. There's those two. Here's Legacy Starscream. By the way, yeah, of course, that right there. Yeah. Yeah, so, you can hold it, but yeah, the problem is his joints are way too weak to do anything. But yeah, even then you can see he just went immediately tilted over. So yeah, you can give him the Star Saber if you want, but oh yeah, speaking of, I think that was the other thing was hot shot wielded the Star Saber once. Oh god, this is not going to go well. And he just came apart because of all that. This is not going to go well. I totally forgot. Yeah, I think hot shot wielded him once. So oh hey, what do you know? It's yeah, that's just an exercise in futility. And yeah, here is Micron Legends Scourge, or you know what we know in Armada Nemesis Prime, the original, the deluxe. There's that. And yeah, just because, well, kind of here he is with the fully loaded Armada Optimus, you know, full super mode Armada Optimus. Who is, yeah, not surprisingly, way taller. You can see. There's that. Now, I'm going to put this off to the side real quick because, well, transformation stuff. Before I transform him, though, I'm going to transform these guys into their... well, it's probably easier to go with their jet modes because of how they are. But yeah, just basically, well, for one, unpeg that, and well, that's him ready to go. That's Jetstorm. That's runway. Runway here, ready to go. He's ready to go. Right here, what you want to do is there's these tabs right here, and there's also a tab right here. And just kind of just untab those and just kind of like that. And with him, of course, if his ball joint doesn't pop off, that's something I'll talk about a little bit. But yeah, you didn't take that and just fold this down, and he's ready to go. That's Jetstorm ready to go. And for sonar here, what you got to do here is you got to untab these guys right here, like that. Bring those back. Bring these forward and tab those together. And then right here, what you want to do is bring this down a bit, so you can then bring this up, and this right here will tab together. These arm bits will tab together right here. Then you just bring this up and this kind of, well, this tab right here, you can see this tab will go into a little slot right there, and this will kind of slot in underneath right there as well. It's supposed to, and it doesn't like to totally line up sometimes. Particularly if you only have one in, but yeah, you go ahead and bring this one up and tab that in like that, and then bring this up and tab that in to the side and get this guy properly squared away. I don't know what it is, but doesn't want to tab in properly. There we go. And with that, you got the three, yeah, just chilling out right here. Yep, three of them: sonar, Jetstorm, and runway. Apparently, so yeah, you can see getting in a little individually. You can see there's some little bits of detail. This is based on, if I recall, At the time, there was a prototype for a brand new space vehicle from NASA that never actually got made, but this was based on loosely on that. You can see there's a little cockpit right there, some black detailing, but mostly just the blue nose cones and blue on the wings and stuff, and a lot of gray right here. Bottom side, you can see kind of some obvious stuff going on, but yeah, he kind of, you know, sits like that, no problem. This is, I think this is supposed to be somewhat of a Concorde looking guy, but yeah, you know, kind of blues and whites, a little bit of black right there on the nose cone, and again, of course, the windows and everything. Of course, a whole lot of underneath it. Hey, look, there's a robot, and there's a bit of landing gear as well. And him, I don't know he's actually based on. I don't actually know what this one's based on, but again, it's a pretty cool little jet thing. You got some, you know, kind of the windows picked out with some, in the sculpt, and got this, you know, silver stripe going down, mostly silver right there, some boosters right there, and a little black windows, little wings right there, and then, of course, again, you got a robot just kind of chilling underneath, but they're Minicons, what do you expect? Yeah, comparisons right here. Of course, here's the other legacy-ish Minicons right there. There's Jolt and I don't remember his name off the top of my head now, but the one that came with this was the one that came with Shattered Glass Sideswipe, and not with Wheeljack, Armada Wheeljack. So yeah, there's the Minicons right there. The thing about these guys, measurements individually. What is it? Really enough, you got with the runway here is the heaviest. He is he's 0.5 ounces, 14 grams, and then you got Sonar here, who's 8 grams but 0.4 ounces, or yeah, something like that. And then you got, of course, that's my scale might have been acting up. And then you got Jetstorm here, who is the lightest at 0.2 ounces / 6 grams. He's very lightweight compared to this guy, noticeably heavier. And then also in this mode, you got let's see. You got, you know, I'm trying to, runway here is 3 inches or 7.6 centimeters long, and he has a wingspan of 2 inches or 5.1 centimeters right there. Jetstorm is 2.75 inches long or 7 centimeters long, and with a 2-inch or 5.1 centimeter wide wingspan. And Sonar here is funny because he's practically same weight as ours. He's 2.5 inches or 6.3 centimeters long and the same wide. So yeah, there's that for those measurements. Those guys, these vehicle modes. And here's again, here's a Nemesis Prime, just to give you an idea. Very small. Yeah, the thing is that transforming them from the Saber to this is vehicle is way easier, but now kind of in a weird place because he's in robot mode. I want to transform him into vehicle mode as well compared to these guys, and I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this with the regards to these guys as well, because yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and get these guys transformed to robot mode. So starting with let's go Sonar here. First you got to untab this bit right here. Yeah, untab the arms here, and you just kind of bring them down like this, and then right here you want to untab here, and then bring this all the way around. This tab right here will go into this little slot right here. And I'll click into place right there, and same thing right here. Bring this around and tab that into place like that. And then you go ahead right down here and you split the legs right there. You bring the foot out and rotate that 90 degrees. And then same thing, bring the foot down and rotate that 90 degrees. And then you bring the arms down. And then you bring the peg back and the head up like that. And that's Sonar, ready to go in his robot mode if he'll stand properly. There we go. Runway here is, yeah, he's also pretty simple because he's Minicon. Take this front part right here. Bring that up, untab that, and bring this back like so, and just tab it in retab it in the back like that. Take the feet here and bring the toes forward like that. You untab the arms from the wings like that, and then you take this whole booster assembly and bring it down like this, and make sure it comes all the way down. And there's Runway in his robot mode. And then we get to Jetstorm. Oh boy, Jetstorm. Okay, so this is the one with the problem, maybe. So first thing you want to do is take this whole thing and just fold this back against like that. Just bring that back and just fold that back like that. You might also, actually, if you want, you might want to go ahead and bring this down a little bit because it'll make things a little bit easier for later. Right here, then you want to untab the legs from the leg from the wing. Bring out this out to the side and then rotate the ball joint, and hopefully it doesn't pop itself off. You want to rotate the ball joint like this and bring it down like that. Then same thing here. Untab that from the bottom of the wing. Straighten out the knee. Rotate the ball joint. Bring it down. That's the leg. Right here, you want to then untab the arm here and bring it down like this, including the elbow. Untab the arm, bring it forward, bring it down, bring it down. And then the final step, which is this is the nightmare one right here, is this bit right here is supposed to come around. Now what you want to do, which is something a lot of people haven't been doing, I'm noticing this might be part of the problem, although some people have reported this broken out of the box, because this right here, this is a very small, you can see this is a very small little bit of plastic. What you got to do is slide this back, or this bit right here, you got to slide that back first like that, then bring it around the head, make sure it's all the way back, bring it around the head like that, and then slide it back in. That will prevent a breakage. Now, to be clear, there have been some problems. Some people reported this bit right here, like these little these slider bits right here, already broken out of the box. I've only seen 2 of the reports of that. Other people broke after trying to transform it because, well, they just try to swing it around, I believe. There is a good chance, it's a weird mix of a couple of them are broken, yes, but there's also a chance a lot of people just simply have, it's the fun thing of user error. There's a fragile part. Now, if it's really tight, there's a couple things you can do. If this feels like way too tight, uncomfortably tight, this sliding joint right here, if it feels uncomfortably tight for you, there's a couple things. One is get like a drop of silicone oil on each side and just start, sliding it back and forth, and that should work its way, that will move around easier. The other thing, apparently people have torn this thing apart, including, I believe, there's a screw under here. You have to take this thing apart, get in there. There's a pin you have to knock out, and then so you can pull this piece off and then sand down the inside of it so that it will move better. So those are your 2 options essentially. I personally prefer the silicone oil, but yeah, it's just, you gotta remember, just this has got to slide out first, then rotate around, then slide back in, because if you just try to rotate it straight around, you will snap that. It is a very small piece of plastic. It's gonna be small, it's gonna be fragile regardless, and yeah. So yeah, that's the air defense team: sonar, Jetstorm, and runway. And they actually look pretty good overall. Again, as long as you don't break that. This will still function without that piece there, but it won't look as good. So that's just a thing to be aware of. So I haven't had any issues. I've looked, there's no cracks or stress marks or anything. It's just, yeah, for me personally. So it's, yeah, very much just make sure, if it's intact out of the box, make sure to, transform that properly. Actually pay attention to the instructions. Don't just assume you know how to do it. This is why I think like that whole thing of like, I don't look at the instructions. It feels a little insane to me, but regardless, they look pretty good overall. You can see mostly pretty much, blues, whites, and grays. You can see, all of that stuff. He's got a weird, just kind of a mono, like just a square, even just a square mono visor. Kind of looks neat. Again, he's got a weird little pattern on his, almost look like a butterfly on his face. Again, mostly blues, whites, and grays. And him, he's just, well, white and gray with a little like angry eyes right there. They don't look too bad overall. Although here's the other thing, this is supposed to tab in, and doesn't really tab in super great. It just kind of, works. You can see, kind of pushes itself back out. Probably the tab needs to be shaved a little bit, but that's not really a huge problem, honestly, for me. All of them have pretty much similar, pretty similar articulation though. No head movement, no left or right, nothing. Shoulders are on ball joints. He's got really stiff shoulder. His ball joints are really stiff. He's going forward back. They're supposed to go outward as well, but for me, whenever I try to put his outward, well, they got that much range before they stop. There's a cutout here, but to go any further than that, what happens is you just kind of usually wind up, you kind of have to do some weird finagling. You have to like put an angle, and even then, yeah, see, it just pops right off, which is a little annoying. Just kind of pops right out. So my plan here is to actually just kind of my plan is eventually just, what I'm going to do is probably shave like these corners off or something, just so it can, or maybe not, I don't know, that'll probably be the plan. But yeah, he's the only one who has trouble with the arm move. The other one, they're fine on that. But yeah, hips, they'll go forward, and well, they could go back, but yeah, because all of them ball joint. There's no waist on any of them either. You do have outward, although with him, yeah, outward is there because, again, ball joint. Knees right there, that's a simple hinge. And him, he has ball jointed feet, so he can, they can twist left and right, and they can move all the way around. So there is that. Again, similar story, no head movement, no ball jointed shoulders, although, yeah, that's his problem. Although they can move freely, there's a hinge right there at the elbow. They can also even bend back. The ball jointed hips, well, yeah, and particularly this side, I'm looking, it looks like there's a little bit of a excess plastic in there, so I don't know, might shave that down a bit or something, I don't know. But yeah, ball jointed hips, so you got forward and back and outward and all that stuff. You got the knees on hinges, but no feet movement whatsoever, but they are molded in A stance. And with him, pretty much the same thing as well. No head movement, shoulders, ball jointed, So you got forward and back and outward. You got hinged elbows. Are very tight though, but nothing too egregious. They don't really bend backwards. No waist, but ball jointed. Go forward, back at the hips, outward, right there. Knees can bend about 90 degrees, and because of transformation, the toe can point down. And there's your lot there. So those are the air defense team Minicons. Not bad. Again, he's the big problem. Jetstorm is the biggest problem. Just between, well, for me personally, the biggest annoyance is the ball joints on his hips are stupid loose, and if you're not paying attention, it's very easy to break the chest bit. So you got to make sure to be mindful of that. And some quick comparisons. Again, here's Jolton, whatever his name is, from the Armada, or not Armada, Shattered Glass Sideswipe. There you go on that. Of course, yeah, also there's the thing of here's our Nemesis Prime there. And because he palled around with them a lot, here's Armada, Legacy Armada Starscream. And me knocking things over again, and Starscream not standing properly again, and there we go. Yeah, he palled around with that a lot, although of course sometimes even the Minicons didn't want to hang out with him. So hey, there's that. Yeah, I'm gonna put these guys off to the side for now. Probably bring them back in a little bit, but one big thing is him. That's one of the things is, does he have? Well, if you notice, I haven't mentioned one thing, which is the trailer. There is no trailer, unfortunately. They decided to make the very wise decision of not including a trailer with this guy, so that's a little frustrating for me because I really wanted that super mode. I was hoping for it, and well, the thing is, well, he does still transform into super mode. They didn't remove any parts or anything. That's all still there, including, well, actual paint apps and everything. So if you want that, what you got to do is to transform to super mode from here. First thing is, well, take these shoulder pieces and bring them up over the top of the head, and I'll bring those out as well. Just bring that over the top of the head and bring this over the top of the head. So, like that. You want to, kind of angle these back a little bit for now. Just kind of angle them like that, and just also take these arms and take the elbows and do that, do that little accordion move like that. Just kind of have them like that for now. Take this piece right here, untab that, and bring that forward like that, so it just sits like that. Rotate the whole thing around, split the legs here, and then bring them forward like that. Bring that down right there. Bring the arm down and make sure that tabs all together like that. And rotate this right there like that, and bring this one down as well. Bring it down, bring the arm down all the way, and then of course make sure that's all tabbed together, and then rotate this around like that. So then right here you can go ahead and take these bits right here and you bring them forward, and this tab right here will go to that slot right there, like that. Get that in there. Bring that forward like that, and then also again bring this forward and bring that and tab that in like that. Also, I just prefer to take the fists and rotate them in such a way they kind of look a little less like fists, at least from certain angles. Take the head here and bring that up. Bring it up from down here, super mode head, and bring that up, and just make sure it goes all the way up over top like that. Fold out the little ear fin things, and then of course down here what you want to do is open this up, fold this like this, rotate it around like that, collapse this in, tab that over top, and then of course back here you want to take the toe and bring it down like that so it fills in that gap. And same thing here, open that up, fold the toe up like this, rotate the whole assembly around, close that and tab that in, and then flip up the toe like that to fill in that gap. And yeah, these come and tab real easy. That's one thing that's worse. And then finally, take these bits right here and bring them inward like this. Bring these little bits in like this. And hey, look, there's still the super mode. And hey, look, his head's got paint apps and everything. So the super mode was, that means that, because yeah, the initial leak was he's gonna have the trailer and everything, and then it turned out he did not have the trailer in the end. So that kind of sucks. And I thought, yeah, look, they put teal hands on the teal on the paint, which teal hands look metallic teal on the hands. It looks gorgeous. So no pants, which annoys me. So yeah. Speaking of though, pants. He can work just fine with the Optimus pants. Getting this all undone real quick. It works just fine with this guy. The only problem, of course, is, well, oh yeah, like it's blue and blue will work just fine, right? Well, plug them in and everything and bringing them down, bring that down. Alt tabs again. Yeah, the problem is, yeah, it doesn't quite gel. You can see the colors don't work very well. You got this really kind of real dark purple, dark blue with these teal, and then you got blue and gold. You got kind of a blue and regular blue and gold. So that's a bit of a disappointment, honestly. Yeah. It's a bit of one. Just a little bit of a disappointment, honestly. That, yeah, they just did not include, they decided not to include the trailer. They said for cost reasons, which becomes extra funny now. That's a little bit of disappointment. Yeah, also you got the Star Saber right there, and hey, look, he can hold it a lot better because there's ratchets here and everything, and he's a lot bigger. So hey, it works just a lot better in general. So there's that. But yeah, it's just disappointing because no super mode. It's just no super mode. Now, of course, we got the leak that more or less Armada Jetfire is coming this in 2026. We're getting Armada Jetfire, so I guess there's some pants for you. But I was a little disappointed because I was hoping to, you know, combine Armada Jetfire with this one. And now I'm gonna have to, if I want to hit Armada Nemesis Super Mode, I got a couple options, which is, well, there's a couple options here, which is, well, combine them with this, and well, doesn't look great. It aesthetically is not pleasing because the blue, it's just mismatching blues. You got, of course, combine them with Armada Jetfire, which should work just fine because Armada Jetfire is mostly white and black, so that should work. Or hope someone comes along, or find someone who's willing to sell a junker Armada Optimus with a, you know, like with an intact trailer, so I can, you know, go ahead and try to repaint it. Or the other thing, which is hope someone else comes up with some sort of like 3D printed thing or something that this can attach to. That kind of sucks that they decided to just not do that. And of course, yeah, by the way, yeah, his handgun in his hand, that's just like Armada Optimus. So that kind of sucks. Yeah, getting him though to transform into vehicle mode, of course, getting him detached from here, untabbing this bit, this little plate right there, moving this forward, and then coming down here and pushing these buttons, and then unlatching him from there, and then pulling that out right there. We're going to put this off the side because don't need that here right now. So coming back down. Woo. So getting into the truck mode from here is actually pretty straightforward. So yeah, getting that straightened out and getting this straightened out. Of course, down here, I'm going to go ahead and take these bits right here and yeah, open that up, rotate this out like this, so then you can go ahead and rotate this around, and then bring this around all the way like this, and then close this up right there like that. It's like so. So again, open up this flap. Don't do that. Rotate this out like that. Bring the foot forward like that, and then rotate this back around like so, and then close up this flap like that. And of course, right here, you go ahead and rotate it like this, and then bring it up right here, and this will kind of, this tab right here, go kind of slot right there like that. And same thing here, rotate this right here, and then bring this up, and this tab right here will go to a little slot in the arm like that. Take the head here, you know, fold up the wing, the little ear bits, and then just collapse the that right there like that. Untab this bit and this bit. Bring these bits out for now. Back out right there for now. Bring these bits out. And bring these back just to get them out of the way for a second, so you can then close this up right here. Close that up. Tab it all together all the way down. Then rotate right here. Rotate that back like that. Then you go ahead right here and rotate these back up and rotate the arm bits right back up, and there's right here, there's right tab right here, which will go in a little slot on the arm like that. Same thing, bring this up, bring it up right here like that, and again, slot and tab that. Slide this piece back right there. Go ahead right here and bring this forward like that, and then bring this up. Oh, that was. Bring this up right here. Bring it back over the up. Bring it like that, and close these up over top, like so, and like so. Bring it close it up over top, and then come back here and take these wheel pieces and rotate them around, and they'll come in and just tab in right there like that. See, rotate it around. There's that slot with this tab right here. We'll go into, and there you go. There's Armada Optimus or Armada Nemesis in his vehicle mode. Armada Nemesis Prime here in vehicle mode is, hey, surprise, it's a recolor of Armada Optimus's vehicle modes, which means you got this, well, this big old truck cab thing going on up here with kind of interesting basically gaps right here. And of course you get this big old long thick, well, the way the legs are just all big and long and thick, and yeah, it kind of looks a little ridiculous, including, hey, look, there's his hands chilling out there. One thing I will say, which is interesting, this bit right here, these right here on my Armada Optimus, this had a tendency to split really easily. This actually holds together really well. But this bit right here, these panels right here, to untab really easily compared to my Armada Optimus, they were super tight. So, hey, you know, kind of trade-off, I guess. But, for the most part, yeah, he still transforms pretty well. He rolls pretty well as well. And so, you know, everything works pretty much as you expect. You go, of course, you got the red headlights right there. You got the silver grille. You got the red windshield, everything, and no Autobot symbol. Again, the hands are just chilling out there, but of course you could rotate them to kind of disguise the fact the hands a little bit. Everything works as you'd expect. There's a clean underside and everything, and it rolls a lot of stuff. If you want, you can take the gun here, you know, plug it in right there if you want, you know, just kind of as storage. As for a Star Saber, well, I guess theoretically you could try to do something with it, but yeah, the problem is there's no real way to store it easily because, well, yeah, you could do that. Yeah, but you know, they're a separate vehicle, guys, so you know, they're separate dudes, so you know, that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, that's Armada Nemesis's alt mode right there. So yep, nothing really, you know, talked about before, but yeah, it's pretty much just the Armada, the guy right there. So for some comparison stuff, well, here's Armada Optimus right there. And again, no silver striping right here. You know, just you can see the differences. He does have these bits picked out with silver right there, which is nice. Little roof lights, and no silver striping there. No badge picked out other than just silver. You can see, of course, again the fist just right there. You can see again this. You know, you can see there's a split right there. Right, this is one. This doesn't really have this one. Right, you can see there's not really a split there versus there. The split is kind of obvious at the. So you can just, it doesn't really totally hold together. But other than the other stuff. Yeah, you can see pretty much the same kind of truck. Yeah, don't worry, I'll be back with it. Here's Armada Megatron. Just give you an idea there. That. Here's Armada Hotshot. Well, again, this is the red one. Power Links version, I guess. You know, they were in vehicle mode next to each other, although with one thing missing right now. Here's Armada Red Alert. Again, Legacy Armada Red Alert. Or not Legacy, Power of the Prime. Age of the Primes. Yeah. Here's our Legacy Armada Starscream. And here's Minicon Legends Scourge. Good idea there. Again, much shorter. Now, of course, Armada Optimus's trailer. Give you an idea on that. Which, yeah, unfortunately, again, doesn't come. Armada Nemesis doesn't come with the trailer, so yeah. Again, he can tow Armada Optimus's trailer just fine, but again, the color mismatch isn't right, and it's annoying because, again, in the show, he had the trailer. In that one scene, in the scene where he shows up in vehicle mode, and he shows up with a trailer. But for some reason, they decided, again, the official reason is to keep the cost down. Yeah, that's just really annoying because I really wanted that trailer and they didn't have one. So, no trailer, I guess, for Armada Nemesis. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. After all that, kind of weird, kind of had to maneuver around in weird ways because of how he's packaged, you know, how they're packaged, like, you know, the Minicons being packaged in the sword mode made it kind of complicated to try to figure out what the best way to handle this stuff. But yeah, So that's the other thing is, yeah, overall, it's really cool, but it's kind of weird because, you know, some people are upset because with Nemesis, well, he's supposed to have, what was it, the Dark Saber or something? No, Dark Saber says the Star Saber. But, you know, it's cool if you have the other Armada, you know, like recent Armada remakes. But, like, yeah, that's the only reason. But unfortunately, as we saw, Starscream can't hold it. He just flops. Same with Hotshot just fall. Those are Starscream's arm flops. Both him and Optimus just flop forward. Megatron holds it just fine. Super Mode Optimus holds it just fine. But yeah, that's a problem. It's just simply the sheer weight of this guy can be a problem. He looks great. The decos looks good. It's very animation accurate. The head, I wish they came with both, with the normal head and the damaged head, because, you know, that'd be nicer. But yeah, my biggest thing is just it doesn't come with the trailer. It really kind of is frustrating for me. It doesn't come with the trailer, particularly since the price. So when they first announced it, it was $75. Yay, that seems okay for about, you know, a guy with, you know, would be more or less sold individually as a leader plus some Minicons. Yeah, $75 seems all right. The extra 20 bucks, yeah, extra 20 bucks for some Minicons. Yeah, sure, that's for 3 Minicons. Yeah, it seems fair. And then when it went up, it went for $90 instead. They just, without warning, they upped the price another 15 bucks to $90. And I wasn't paying attention because I already knew the price. I don't have to worry about that. It's only $75, and I bought it and went, wait a minute. Why is my charge say $97? Wait, why is it $90 now? I thought it was $75. Yeah. At that point, it's like, it's that one of those things where, yeah, kind of I'm already at the point, you know, I'm already kind of, yeah, I'm going to get this thing. You know, that's emotionally, it's harder now. It's more difficult to just cancel the order emotionally. So, yeah, I was a little frustrated because no trailer, but yeah, $90 is extra frustrating because why in the world is it $90? Oh, guess what? It's only $90 in the US. If you do the math and stuff, it's the typical price. Like elsewhere, it's the normal price. It's what was, you know, more or less what was announced essentially. Because they do that thing, unfortunately. Yeah, it's 75 pounds in like the UK, for example, which is more than $90. But they always do that. You know, if it's $75, it's 75 pounds or 75 euros. They just change the symbol instead of, you know, adjusting the price. So the fact it's $90 here and 75 pounds in the UK and 75 euros in most of Europe, it kind of tells you, oh, there's a reason they pumped it up 90 to 90. Starts with the T. And people say, well, it's already in ports. And well, that's the thing. They've been kind of tanking the tariffs for a couple months now. And now they're not going to do it anymore because prices are already going up everywhere. So yeah, 90 bucks for a leader class toy and 3 Minicons is a little absurd, especially since, you know, I would have just gladly paid $100-something if it got to give the trailer. I would have gladly paid all that, but no. Plus, of course, the whole, it's supposed to be a convention exclusive, which always costs a little bit extra just because it's convention exclusive, and it's hard to really justify it's $90, honestly. Even me being a Nemesis Prime fan, it's hard for me to just, you know, justify that whole $90 for this, you know, 3 Minicons and a leader class. The math doesn't math, really. So it kind of sucks on that front. It's like, yeah, I just kind of spent more than I really intended to, not realizing it was, you know, because I didn't look, because I just didn't have to have looked. And, well, yeah, unfortunately, so it's $90, which really hard to justify that. Is he sold out? No, absolutely not. He's still available, and they also did the weird thing where it's available exclusively for Pulse Premium members for a month or so. He's not. I think he's not coming. Yeah, it's not until November where he's going to be available for everyone. He'll probably still be available. If you really, really want it, sure, I can't tell you what to do, but I would recommend, unless you're just super, super, really, really want both of these, you probably should wait for it to go on sale. The last PulseCon exclusive didn't go, it took forever. I think it's still available easily, but yeah, I don't think this guy's going to sell out anytime soon at $90. If you can, wait, for sure. Don't be like me. Don't just, yeah, again, I thought it was 70, I was paying 75 until I realized it was not 75 anymore. At that point, it's like, it's going to be a hassle to cancel that. Plus, I'm kind of already getting excited for getting it, and yeah. That sort of thing. Once again, once you're emotionally invested, it's harder to cancel it. Yeah, it's overpriced for what, and that's a unfortunate thing. Is just simply we're going to be seeing that more often. Which this doesn't feel like it's worth that much. Especially if you live in the U.S. in particular, you're going to have that thing of it doesn't feel like this is worth that much. No, it's probably not. But you have that stupid idiot in the White House to thank for that. So you know, there's that. Yeah, I can't justify $90 honestly. That was just very much a. It's overpriced for what it is right now. Wait for it to go on sale. Definitely wait for it to drop. Wait for a drop of some sort. Wait till you can pay $75 or less, honestly. Whatever that may be. it's cool, but it's not $90 cool. And I kind of wish I didn't. I kind of wish I kind of caught that before it was too late. But you know. So that's it for this review. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my Ko-fi and my Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.